I'm getting ready to do a fall decorate and clean with me. I'm gonna be filming that tomorrow, but you probably won't see it until the first day of fall because I don't know, I just can't, I don't think I can do it. Do it the way early season. Anyway, so before I do, I want to reorganize these bookshelves because multiple reasons. First of all, I don't want to decorate on top of clutter. That's why it takes me so long to actually get a decorate and clean with me done, because I always have to like reset my house. Secondly, because we're like 7 or 8 weeks into our school year and everything has become very cluttered. And I'll explain that more when I show you the individual shelves. It's just like we're shoving stuff on the shelves and I haven't had many weekends free to go and reset it. And then the third reason that I need to redo these bookshelves is that I recently did some rearranging in our living room, and I brought a bookshelf out of our bedroom into our living room and took some things off of the shelves in here. Like this is now, like these 2 shelves are empty now. And while I was doing that, I realized that these shelves are the first shelves you see, the first thing you see when you walk in our front door. Our front door is right there. And so you look down the hallway and it's these shelves. And so for the longest time, I always tried to like hide our homeschool and make the wall over here be like a pretty entrance that you see when you walk in the front door. But the more and more I think about it, the more I realize that, yeah, I don't want like splashes of primary colors all over my walls and like number charts and posters. But, you know, if things are arranged appropriately and look somewhat neat, everybody who comes over to my house is either a homeschooler or they know we homeschool. And the only holiday that we host is like Thanksgiving, which everybody who comes is family and knows we homeschool, and then the kids who are here always appreciate that we have homeschool toys. So it's kind of like, I don't know why I'm just trying to like mask our homeschool, but I'm ready to let it go. Anyway, now that I have another shelf for our things, it's just that these 2 shelves and this one are the only things left that aren't homeschool related. And so I can just go ahead and remove these things, put them on some other shelves in another room or arrange them somewhere else, and just go ahead and organize these shelves to make them look nice, be good invitations to play for my younger 2 kids, because like I would like to have our sensory bins kind of out here and some other toys I can maybe rotate out here. I want to move the books from down there to be a little bit higher so that the little ones aren't just pulling them off constantly. And then I also want to arrange my Usborne books separately from our other books, just because I do need to find those more often, because half the time I'll be hosting an Usborne party and I'll be like, I know I have that book somewhere, let me go look for it, and then by the time I find it, the party's over and nobody's interested in seeing it anymore. So I want to separate those. So yeah, these shelves are, I can remove these pieces. I did that down here. Welcome to my mess. I removed a piece down here and made it like a double size shelf to put some toys. So I'm thinking about kind of arranging it that way, like where these upper shelves have the 2 and it's kind of like balances out. I don't know. Let me just flip you around and show you what I'm doing here. So here's the before. It is nothing like how it looked in my homeschool room tour 2 months ago, but that's because we've been homeschooling here. So what's left of these shelves in a super discombobulated way, I've moved my willow tree over here. I've got some random books. There was some other things up here at the time. This will stay in our homeschool room, I believe. This is really special to me. I've explained it before, but this was at my baby shower for Eli. All of my girlfriends put their thumbprints on there, people who let me know they were praying for my pregnancy and praying for Eli. And most of those girlfriends, I mean, I have a few new girlfriends since then, but all of these girlfriends have been my tribe, if you will, through all of our homeschooling journey. It was basically like a homeschool mom baby shower. And so I keep this in here just to remind me of, you know, the people, the support our family has, the families who we love so dearly. So I keep that in here. This is just nothing. This is like a bunch of stuff left up there. Let me go turn that down here. This is our morning basket, but I shoved it up on the shelf. Behind it is a picture that I love. This just got put there quickly. I think I want to bring these on here to help with sorting stuff, but I'm not sure how it'll look. I'm trying to balance like it looking nice, but also being very functional. I set this here because I know I'm gonna put this on a shelf. It wasn't originally here. I've got some toys that Annie's been playing with. This is the other thing that's not technically homeschool. It's all of our watercolors and our watercolor books. And then just tons of books and toys and things that are out of place. And then this is our warm-up bin, which I love. But the kids have grabbed some other toys and then instead of putting them back, they've just shoved it here. So they take advantage of me when they know that I'm not, you know, keeping things organized. So it is what it is. Anyway, I think the way I'm gonna do this is I'm just gonna take everything off and then I'm gonna label what I want to go on each shelf, and then I'll put everything back on. There's also a few other things I want to bring into the room that you should be happy that this is not focused on my face, because I am talking with my hands so much right now that it would make you dizzy. The camera's bouncing around because I'm like going crazy over here. I'm just gonna take everything off, label things, bring out everything that I want to add, and then work on arranging it. So how's that for an intro? Organized? No? That's Abby just chatting away. I need to start writing things down before I just turn the camera on. Anyway, that's me. You guys know who I am. All right, let's get started. All right, this is where we're at now. I had to tie my hair up because it's Florida. Hooey. Okay, so these are all clear except for our poetry books and our chapter books, because if I take those off the shelves, they'll just like slide. They won't be a nice neat pile. And I started like tallying up the books we have. So far we've got, we're gonna need to have 2 shelves for Usborne books, 1 shelf for picture books, 2 shelves for chapter books, a shelf for our poetry books, as well as like my Charlotte Mason books. I just keep all of those together because neither one of them make a whole shelf. A shelf for library books, that's gonna be at the bottom so they can access those. And I do wanna have a shelf to display our 5 in a row or unit study books. A shelf for this year's assigned readers, and then I also hope to have a shelf for any holiday books. You know what? No, I usually keep those over in the living room, so never mind. And then a couple of shelves for sensory bins, toys, display items, etc. So I'm gonna go ahead and wipe all these shelves down and then start arranging and hopefully Oh, all of our toys are back there. I was getting really mad at my kids. They weren't, thankfully they're playing outside with John right now, but if they were in here, I would probably have told them like 10 times why, this is why we can't have nice things, blah, 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 blah. So I'm glad they're outside playing, because when I start sorting things and it's just like, guys, why don't you just put the little ball back in the little box instead of just making me hunt under everything for them all the time, or crying about it, or you guys know. I might actually put them on like toy probation this week, school toy probation, just to keep the extra toys out of here for a little bit while they show me that they can actually put things where they belong on the shelves. So we'll see. All right, let me wipe all this down and I'll start trying to order. By the way, this is my current view of the floor. Fun stuff. And then those go in, these books over here are gonna end up going in our living room shelves. All right, let's get at it. All right, yay, I just finished. That did not take too long, about an hour and a half to overhaul all of that, organize it. So I did change the plan a little bit. I decided against putting the library books on the shelf because I did decide to put the picture books where they were in reach, and that would cause them to all get mixed together, and I already struggle big time with library finds. But moving my Usborne books up means that I can allow them to just have, and by them, I really mean my 2- and 5-year-old who just pull things off the shelf, but that will give them the opportunity to pull the picture books off, and then they all just go back in the same place, so nothing's getting mixed together. Did I change anything else from the original plan? I decided against putting the workbooks out because sometimes I don't want them to get to the workbooks every day. Sometimes I'm saving them for like a specific occasion, so I do have like a full homeschool storage area in the other room, in our utility room, so I'm keeping the workbooks in there. I also have all of our nonfiction books in there as well, if you're wondering where that goes. So I guess I'll just flip you around and show you how it organized. So first of all, this stuff down here is still random. These are like their binders and stuff, but I'm thinking I might, no, that's really not a good place either for the library books because they will get mixed together. So ignore that. I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do with that, but yeah. So on this shelf, I have all of our Usborne books right here. So these are the ones that I'm commonly asked about up here, and then there are some others down here. Have no fear, this is about to get filled in because I'm about to do a huge like $600 order. A lot of it would be nonfiction or workbooks that would go in the other room, but some of the new picture books look super cute. Down here, you guys know that I love a good book pairing. So because it's fall-ish time, I put out our apple sensory bin, and then I pulled out this little apple tree thing for all of my kids really, but mostly for my toddler. I did keep it up a little bit so it's out of reach for her because of these little pieces, but she will want to pull this down a lot. And I get asked about these. These are just Melissa and Doug toy crates, you know, whatever the different food sets come in, I save these wooden crates. So yeah, apple sensory bin, that I'll put a link up here to my fall sensory bins from last year. I'm not going to be doing sensory bin videos again this year because I do get asked a lot about it, but I did them last year. I don't need that many sensory bins in my house. I will be doing a different seasonal tea time setup, so you guys will be able to see that here soon. Down here, I have our picture books. These are all the picture books that we have that are not Usborne. And then, all right, so on the 12th of every month, the Let's Play School subscription opens up for new subscribers, and this month is horse theme, which is so cute. So this opens up for subscribers, and let's see, I'm posting this on Monday. I think that would be Thursday. So make sure you're following Let's Play School so you get notified when the subscriptions are open. I think it opens up on the 12th at noon. You can only subscribe for 2 days, and if you don't subscribe, then you don't get to subscribe until the next month. It's only $12 a month, and there are tons of preschool, kindergarten, and first grade activities. So I printed off a couple of the activities. I have early access to it. And I wanted to show, these are so cute. So this is like a little feed the horse game, which Annie loves things like this, so that's for her. And then I have this for Eli. It's an even and odd sort game. These will be great when I'm doing like language with my older kids, to have them walk over and do this. They can do it together, they can do it separately, whatever, but I just figured this shelf would be where I rotate the Let's Play School subscription, or some of the reading corners, recipe cards, or just various activities I have for them. I have a bunch of the reading corner and Let's Play School stuff. So I think I will alternate that here. So this week we have the horse set, and they are going to love that. Up here, I moved our calendar time. I'm so out of breath because that was like, that was hard work, guys. Whew. Okay, so up here, I moved our calendar. I usually have it over on our shelf where we kind of stand and do school, but because we're usually sitting right over here, this is where our table usually is, I moved it over here because then I opened up this shelf, and it gave me more space to stack up some of the additional resources we use regularly but that don't go in our daily morning basket, but we usually use these things during our morning basket time. And then I put our morning basket down here because we don't keep it on the table anymore. And then I put our assigned readers and read alouds for the year right here so I can be in charge of them. So this whole section here is kind of like our morning time section, as well as the warm-up bin. This is an organizer logic bin. This is what they play with while they're waiting for me to start school when they're ready. So this is kind of like our whole morning shelf. And then I figured I would use where I used to keep this as our 5 in a row or seasonal book display shelf, just because I did want to have a place for it here, but this just made so much more sense, and I thought it looked a lot better. Over here, I have 2 sets of chapter books. I probably need to go through these chapter books soon, but my daughter actually has a ton in her room as well, so as soon as I thin these out, more will come. And then again, another seasonal shelf here, but here's my pumpkin sensory bin from last year, and then the pumpkin runner, which technically isn't a fall book because it's not set in this hemisphere. I don't know. And then I have another Let's Play School set here. This is her Let's Play Pretend set. So this is the Play Farms pumpkin patch set, and I have all the activities there. and the little pieces that I laminated. The kids loved to play with this last year, and I'm excited for Annie to play with it this year because she was just a little too young last year. So again, more of these Melissa and Doug little wooden sets here, but I thought that was a good balance to the sets over there. And I do have like 3 or 4 seasonal sensory bins for each season, so I can alternate them. Down here I have our nature books, my Charlotte Mason books, and then all of our poetry books for Poetry Tea Time. And then I have some of Annie's wooden toys down here, and I will rotate these toys out because we love, you guys know we love educational toys. So this may be rotated weekly along with their warm-up bin getting rotated weekly. And then we've got that little doodad over there. Annie doesn't really play with that anymore, but a few of my friends have like 1-year-olds, so when they're over, that'd be good to have here. So that's that. I'm so excited about how this looks. I just did a little peek from my front door, and I was like, John, come look at this. I'm so excited I could cry. And he's probably like, yeah, bookshelves, great. But anyway, I'm really excited for how this looks. Thank you guys for hanging out with me, organizing shelves with me. I hope it gave you some motivation if you need to do this in your home. Give this video a big thumbs up if you guys enjoy organizing videos. Lord knows I have a ton that could be organized in my house, and I really want to get some of these projects done before we start decorating for all the holidays and all that. So I will leave you with a little before and after. Make sure you're subscribed if you are not already, especially if you're a homeschooling family. And I will see you guys soon. Thanks for watching.